Look at your screen. I need you to look at your screen here. And I'm going to show you how pagans stole not just Passover, but the holy days of the Bible altogether. What is this here? News about pagan religion origins. Semiramis, the queen of heaven. Right? Now, this is a goddess, Semiramis, from ancient Babylon, the mother of Nimrod. Right here. Thousands of years before there was any such man as Christ, or any woman by the name of Mary. Pagans worship the mother and the child. When there was no such man or child as Christ, or woman, virgin mother, Mary. The Indian goddess, Devka, and infant Krishna. Worshipped thousands of years before there was any such woman as Mary, any such child as Christ. Thousands of years. Indian goddess, an infant. The Indian goddess Isa, an infant, is Wara, East Indian. The Egyptian goddess Isis and Horus. Thousands of years before there was any such story as Mary and the infant child Jesus. Now, the modern day example of that comes directly from the pagan Romans, who are Gentiles. The Roman Catholic Mary and the God incarnate Jesus. Now, this is what confused Christians. That's the confusing part for Christians. Right? Because they don't know that the Mary and child that they're worshiping in the churches isn't the Mary and child written of in the book of Matthew and Luke. Okay? This is the confusing part for Christians here. Right? The only thing the Europeans did, led by the Edomites, was repackage the ancient mother and child using biblical names such as Mary and Christ to hide their true worships. Well, today you're going to find out their true worships and the gods the Gentiles truly serve, to make a distinction. Goddess Diana of Ephesus, read of in what? You can read about this goddess in the Bible, where the Europeans were able to take this deity, Queen Mother of Heaven, and repackage her. She has many names. She has many names, but in reality, it's really, in a nutshell, the mother of Nimrod. Another name for Nimrod in the Bible was Amraphel. The great builder, the hunter, the evildoer against our God, in league with the princes of the earth, which are fallen angels, led by Satan, to do what? To build a technological construct to get out from beyond the firmament of the earth to fight the God people on earth think think you're serving, when really you on the side of God's enemies. So who are pagans? Even unbeknownst to themselves, pagans are the soldiers or armies in league with Satan and the fallen ones against the God and Christ of this Bible. We can't get any simpler than that. They have deceived the nations. Now, how do we know the Bible said that they would deceive the nations to turn the world into pagans? Well, Elder Lawya, I need you to go, that's right, you know where, to the book of Isaiah, where it shows the fallen one, the God over Nimrod, deceived the world. Now you have others who don't understand this, who would believe that, and you hear it all the time, this ignorant rhetoric, that the white man used the Bible to deceive the people. That's a lie. You're already deceived. He don't need the Bible to deceive you. The Bible is the only book that uncovers the lies or highlights their deception. Now, I'm setting the table so you can all understand Christ's importance. And believing in the book, the word of God, and the word is Christ. And to understand the significance of this time that the Most High separated us through his word from pagans. Right? Now, first we must identify the pagan's God. The pagan's God is the horned one on earth, whom the Gentiles, the hierarchy amongst the Gentiles, call Pan, the horned God. Now, that horned God has many examples within society in plain sight without you actually realizing. The horned God, Pan, is the God of pagans. Well, before he fell to this earth and grew horns, his name was Lucifer. Right? Remember this. The horned God, Pan, the God of pagans. Right? Let's read, Elder Lawya.
Yes, sir. Isaiah 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
He did what?
Which didst weaken the nations.
Which did weaken the nations. Because we're really all supposed to be together under one God as brothers and sisters on earth, regardless of race, caring for one another. Satan have broke that bond. So he deceived the nations and made it where the world, family, fight against one another. And through divide and conquer, does his will. We fight against each other. And through that, we tend to not understand the true enemy who works in darkness. Folks, that's intentional. He deceiveth the nations. Now, if he deceiveth the nations, read it.
It says, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
He weakened the people by separating us from our God, especially the children of Israel. We're weakened. We as a people once gained our strength from the heavens. We're weaker now, serving the gods of this world. Read.
For thou hast said in thine heart,
Come on.
I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Lucifer promised to be like the Most High. I will separate them from the God who made us all and have his people serve me. The world will serve Lucifer. And under that weak state, will be employed as servants to fight in the battle of Armageddon against the true God of gods, Ahia. So it's not just about a pagan religion. He would create a pagan world, ruled and controlled through their ignorance. See? He would become your God. He would set up your temples. He would set up your religious temples. And attempt to steal God's power and relation to his people. Like Nimrod did. He set up Nimrod, built a tower to go out in space. A lot of you don't understand, folks. That's right. Nimrod built a Stargate. A Stargate. I'm going to be going into that in the academy. He built a Stargate. And when CERN was put back on track, when they established CERN again, the only thing they did was find the technology lost from the time our God destroyed the Tower of Babel. They just recreated that same Stargate. NASA. So now we know that Lucifer is the god of pagans, and the world have been deceived into becoming pagans. Now we understand why our God said what? Said what? Learn not the way of the heathen. Let's go there, Elder Lawyer. Jeremiah 10. Pagans are synonymous with heathen. Heathen operates in this world without biblical rules. They find a reason or an excuse to sin against God and still be justified as spiritual. And still claim to come off as knowledgeable. They're defiant against God's law. Right? Pagans, heathens are anti-Bible. Right? Let's read it.
Yes, sir. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse number 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. The pagans. Don't follow their ways. There's always an evil practice behind everything that's done religiously with them. On the surface, their tradition seems innocent, pure. But really, there's other evil sacrifices behind closed doors the majority know nothing about. The hierarchy, like your pagans, your witch covens. Right? At the same time your families are celebrating these days, children are given in sacrifice. And I'm going to show this. So the Bible told us, learn not the way of the pagans or the heathens. Right? Now, a lot of you don't know this. That's why I have books, ancient books, old books. This book was first published in 1932, and I have the original, one of the original editions, the two Babylons, if y'all can see that. The two Babylons. I don't know if you can see that. By a reverend by the name of Alexander Hislop, who independently went into all of the ancient religious foundations throughout the earth and found that really all of these religions surfaced from the Tower of Babel. Not using his opinion, but the sources within their societies. Hence the reason why it's so simple to convert all of these people into Christianity or modern day Christianity, because at the surface, it's really all the same religion. The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.